Hello. Welcome to day 48. It's incredible. It's incredible. We're almost halfway. It's like, what happened? I just began. So, today we're going to discuss a little bit of creation alignment. So, we keep on building on the fire horse energy, because that is what's coming. And are you feeling it? Is anyone feeling it? Is anyone feeling a shift? I'm really curious. I'm actually really curious if anyone is noticing a shift. That would be very interesting to see, especially you guys in the Telegram group. Can you please let me know if you're feeling a shift, no matter when you arrive in this? If it's in December, have you been feeling the shift of the fire horse? Because this will still be interesting to watch, especially watch back, and you can follow. And yeah, it's super fun. Okay, so we're going to start talking a little bit about alignment in general, because the fire horse, we discussed that it can be a bumpy ride, because if you have been ignoring things during the snake year and the dragon year, if there's been things that the body or the world has kind of been mirroring back to you, that something is needing to be addressed, if there's certain situations or relationships, or that conversation, or maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's it can be anything. But if there's something there, if that pebble in the shoe is still there, and if we've been ignoring those things, and that's the key, because life will keep on showing us what we need to work on, and that's going to continue. That's not only for snake year and dragon year. That's that I mean, it's I had to put my wedding ring on. I mean, life will always keep on showing us what we need to work on. It's just that, how is it going to do that, and how can I align with that? Because I want to be shown. So if there are things that we yet haven't addressed, that is going to become more and more apparent in this year, because it's going to be the energetics of the fire horse. So riding the horse, as we said, if it goes fast, we have to be aligned. You have to align. How jockeys, what they look like. We need to, okay, there's a different way to ride the horse. So finding that alignment is going to be absolute key, because the horse is heart driven. So it has a lot of passion, and that is why it's about to return to the feminine, because it's heart driven, and it's this unconditional love. It's the nurturing. And when we combine that with the boldness, it's going to be strong. So we want to align with that. So if we lead by the heart, so that is we spoke yesterday about the knowing and stepping from mind to heart. So really emphasizing on that, because the heart is also the creation. So it's this stepping into creating from this heart-driven space. That is why that's why we work with a lot of people who are therapists and who are like light workers and somatic teachings and nervous system people and people who are here to do good in the world and to share the wisdom. And that is this heart driven, this connection of us together. Hi, Lucky. And this is where the creation part comes in. So it's aligning with creation. So it's aligning with your passion and coming back to who you are and what is it that your body dreams of creating. This is it's like coming back to the passion, coming back to the roots, coming back to truth of who we are as people and why we are here, and stepping closer and closer. Because when we live in purpose and we live in alignment and we live from this creative passion, and that's where we are living, and we are feeding our energy, and when we are this, then that, can you feel that energy? Can you feel what happens? Can you just imagine what happens with the rest of our lives, the other aspects of our lives, if that's the place that we are coming from, where we are operating from? And this is what the fire horse is inviting us to do. So it's the alignment with the self, it's aligning with creation itself, aligning, and that is aligning with source, aligning with God. So it's this deep internal connection with the sovereign self, through the sovereign self, and being connected with creation itself and the external world, because the fire horse is moving out in the external world. It's like we've been inbound for 2 years, and now it's time to step out. So that's why you're going to see a lot of people. So yesterday was a little bit like my bold. So that was me coming out on the fire horse. There was just, I looked back, I made some small clips, and I was like, whoa, I'm speaking loud and determinedly. And I was like, okay, that's I can see the fire horse energy moving through me. And the teachings, I have a teaching persona, or a teaching character. I have a teaching voice. I speak loud when I teach. And someone said that, yeah, okay, so that means your voice is created for the masses. I'm like, huh, okay, well, I didn't, yeah, because if your natural voice is to speak and command, it's like, okay, that could, yeah, I can see that it could be a big audience. So, okay, I don't know, but we'll see, But I can feel that is my teaching, because it fills my chest, and I can feel the resonance from I feel like there's like a thunder. So I know that I have that type of voice. And then practice is the absolute opposite. So in the 108 days, there's a lot of the teaching, and I can feel that the fire horse is coming through me, the boldness, the statements, you have to like claim the space and expand and see where does it end, where does it stop. It's like, where's my full resonance? And then learning to scale that, and navigate and hold it. But that's the hi, Simba. Thank you. First Lucky, then Simba. Okay, so I will. So if it's like if you get a new sports car, would you try to go fast? Would you do that, but in a safe container? Or you do what you want, but it's like you want to try, and you want to feel what is the capacity? What is my capacity? And the voice is one of those instruments that to really expand it and to clear the blockages in the throat chakra, we might need to make some bold statement and to it's like going through a brick wall. You gotta come with a little bit of force, because otherwise you're not going to break through. A little bit like that. It's also as when you stop people pleasing, then the a lot of people stop people pleasing with a bang. Like, no. It's not like, no, I'm not actually going to do that anymore. It's like, no. Because there's this pent up energy that has been built up. So I can see that I'm going through that, and I've been visualizing that for myself as well, that I can, why do I have this need to speak strongly? And I've been feeling that, okay, probably because I have a lot of backed up energy. Okay, so I expand, and most likely it will, when the body knows it's being heard, and this it's a part of it. The expression is a part of it. So the alignment comes from movement. So it's the aligned movement. So we need to align with the movement and the creation. What is it that we are here to create? So it's finding a rhythm on this horse, and being bold and being creative and stepping out and allowing ourselves to be the creators. Because manifestation is the reality creation. So if we bring back all the sovereignty, we are the creators of our own reality. So this is where the shift and the alignment comes in. So if we bring in the object of manifestation, that I've been feeling a little bit like that's not the name. It's the object of creation. What is it that you are creating? So whatever you want to manifest, if you shift your perspective, because manifestation, I think, has been a little bit not misused, but maybe a little bit misunderstood. And maybe it's a concept, it's a word that doesn't have a direct association for most people, or that most people don't have the accurate association with the word manifestation. So if we shift, I think it might be easier for people to relate if we look at manifestation as creation, especially if we look at it from like a multi-dimensional creation process. I think that it could be a little bit more tangible. So if you have your object of creation and list of creation, if you look at the same list, you have your 11 list, and if you look at each and every item that you have on the list, and you look at it from a perspective that it's something that you're going to create, that really shifts. Can you see that there's a slightly different atmosphere there? So I will be talking a lot about atmospheres. It's going to be one of the first things that we start teaching in the mastermind, and the concept that we're going to dive into, because it's all different atmospheres around a certain space, mindset, emotion, physical space. So the atmosphere is different around manifestation and creation, although it is the same thing. So let's look at that 11 list from that point of view. So let's just take a little bit of, if you're seated and focused and, here with me, right? Right now is for you right now. you can grab your notebook and you can open up the list and look at them from a creative point of view, from a creative lens. Because creation implies action, that there's something that you're doing. It's an active, it's something, it's an active, it's an action. And that is the horse. The horse is action. It's running towards freedom. So this is where, what is it that I'm here to create for myself, for others? So the closer we come to this creation, the creation energy, can you see that the atmosphere? So even my body just started to speak differently from this space. So this is where we come into the creation phase, the creation space. This is where time moves differently. And this is the practice space. And this is where we can go home and rest and recharge and create and evolve and experiment and feel and explore. So I also know that I am a creator because I come to this space where the energy is completely different and my voice is completely different. But I have two sides. I have more than those sides. I have different ways of operating my life. And when I'm in front of this space, something activates in me, the bigger voice, the little bit more fiery, the fire horse energy comes because it wants to come through. So understanding that to do one, we need the other, and aligning with both. So no matter what you're doing right now, if you're on the move or it doesn't matter, we can shift the atmosphere. That's the point. That's what that is the teaching. That we are in control of the atmosphere inside of ourselves. And the self-mastery is the regulation of that. To seamlessly move in and out of different states, different energetics, different atmospheres. Because life is all of them. We cannot be in one state all of the time. That is not how we are designed. So the masculine way of looking at it, because the masculine doesn't also have the same emotional swings that the feminine has. So it's about removing the illusion of that's how it looks. Life is an ocean. It's sometimes still, but it's also sometimes very windy. So being able to regulate that is the alignment, to align and to know what to bring forward when, and allowing the body to be in full harmony with what is needed in this moment. To bring in the creation. What was it that you wanted to manifest? And how does that shift or change or feel in that slight shift? Maybe there's no shift at all. You just go ahead and create. So if you are the creator, then who are you? What are you here to create? Because this year we have deep, real opportunities to move that forward. So you will notice, where are you not aligned? Because those things will start to show up as friction. They will show up in friction, and they might be the things that is driving you away from the creation that you have. You have your list, you know your things, you know what you want to focus on. So what is driving you away from this creation? So this is what we will look at as we are moving closer or deeper into the multidimensional detox. This will be this is where we will need the multidimensional detox, because we will feel where we are in friction. So if we use the analogy of being on the horse and being the jockey, we want to be streamlined, we want to be light packed, we want to feel strong, we want to be able to endure, we want to be brave enough to kind of jump over the obstacles, run around, grab the things that we want, stop and have a really nice rest at a really nice place with nice people. And who are we bringing along on this journey? If we are kind of on the horse towards the creation, we are creating. So we will start to look into this layers and the different atmospheres that we are aligning ourselves with. So if you're noticing you're in an atmosphere that is highly stressful, very uncomfortable, it doesn't feel like it's serving me, it feels like it's wasting my time, maybe it feels like it's affecting me in a negative way, it's all about keep removing. So the 2025 was about to really shed that, and the 2026 and the fire horse here is more refinement, or something big that is ready to be released will come up as discomfort or friction. So that is what we will be looking at. And we started look at the physical, or the food and the physical detox. So we will continue to go deeper into that. I will share my personal detox journey, what I did and what I been through, and how I did it, and what my findings were. So that's where we will start, and then we will continue to go deeper in through the layers, and we will take different turns as we go along. So really look into the creation. If you look at yourself as the creator, and that if you are getting the vehicle of the fire horse is the energetic current. So if you want to use the opportunities that are connected with the currents of this year, then you can look at that as the fire horse is coming and you want to ride that fire horse, and you want to ride it aligned, and you want to take the advantage of the energy that knows how to navigate. And that is exactly what we will be doing inside of the mastermind. That is for the women who are getting on the fire horse and wants to really go deep into the body and be aligned with the fire horse and learn to really navigate the circumstances and whatever is coming up inside, and use that internal alchemy process to remove. Because once we become specialists at alchemizing and adapting the mindset and adapting to the currents, then things starts to feel easier. It's easier to make the decisions, and it's easier to shift the atmosphere, because life can all of a sudden feel as it's on fire. It can feel very explosive. It can feel dramatic. That is the atmosphere, because the reality is that once we regulate the system, we are experiencing the situation from a completely different space. And that's when we are able to create the reality instead of being swept away by reality. So when we are clear and deeply connected to the body, life is not happening like this happened. Like you meet someone and it's like, yeah, this happened and this happened and this happened. It's like life is happening. And when you are aligned and aware and in your body, you are creating. And when you can start to see and visualize what you are creating, that's when there's this term saying it's like you're commanding reality. And that is really what the manifestation is about. The clearer you are with what am I creating, and you remove the obstacles so that you can see clearly what you are making, that is when you become unstoppable. Because there's nothing in your way that can really, because you're willing, you're there, you're making the choices, you're making the actions, you're making the moves. Because you know where you're going. It's all happening by itself. It's moving forward. And that is the energy that we can align with. And the more we are willing to be brave and move from this space inside of us that is regulated, then we can operate highly interesting atmospheres and spaces and creations and environments and situations and projects if we come from another place inside of us. So the mastermind will be for 8 women. 4 seats are taken. That is here to create something for themselves and is ready to align and do it through the body. So the mastermind is to be able to create an atmosphere, because the mastermind will be an atmosphere in itself. So be able to create that. I need to give you a lot of touch points because we want to hold the field of the atmosphere even though we are not in session. And that is the point, because for a lot of people, it's easy to access the atmosphere that we are desiring on the inside when we are in practice. But when we move out of the practice and into the world, our awareness is hijacked and our attention is going into other situations, and that is also where the atmosphere is changing, and that has the impact. So the atmosphere inside becomes the same, and that is the personal power and the body connection, so that we are able to move inside of other atmospheres that is not ours without bringing that in. I want to be, it's like I have my own little bubble, so I can move into a place where I don't belong, where I don't feel comfortable, where I don't feel welcomed. Maybe I'm not, there can be many different things where I don't align, where I don't like it, but I can be there and I can do what I need to do. And then I can move out of that and not be as affected. It's like I can move freely. And that is when you have your own atmosphere is so strong. So the atmosphere for the Phoenix Rising will be something that we build up over many touch points. So that is why we have not only the mastermind calls, because we have also the wellspring that is the engine of the alchemization. And then we have the sensational body for the deeper connection. And then we have the mastermind for the reflections, the mirroring, the coaching, the processing. And then we have communication in between. So there's a whole atmosphere for the body, for the mind, for the soul, for the energy, for all the different aspects. There's a place. And we need those touch points as we are changing the capacity to hold ourselves in our own atmosphere. So we can constantly be in this focused creation to ride the fire horse without just being thrown off. Okay, so 3133, that's it for today. And yeah, very interesting. This is a very nice energy I feel so far. I mean, it doesn't mean that we're going to wake up and it's all going to be sunshine every day. I mean, that's not the point, but it's about aligning and moving, and the energies are shifting. There's something in the air. So there is a different vibe, definitely. Very interesting. Okay, see you tomorrow. Thank you for today. Let me know in the Telegram group if you are feeling the creation vibes. Like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. If you appreciate what I do, please support me by liking and subscribing. There's more things coming. If you want to join the Sensational Body course, just send me a DM. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram or contact me there directly if you have any questions about what I do and my stuff. I also open up for one-on-one sessions if you are looking for that clarity, if you have something particular that you want me to look at, or if you want to dive deeper into something and really pick it apart and find what the core of the truth or what the real meaning is behind it or anything like that. The link is in my link tree, so you can sign up. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.